Hey, hey, hey. Coming to your senses with Dr. G. I had someone ask me a really great question yesterday about what the nervous system response is and what was I talking about on the TikToks about understanding what it is. And I realized that's a great question. I wouldn't have known the answer to it even 6 months ago. And what I am speaking to when I say nervous system response is my body's reaction to outside influences that put me in fight, flight, freeze, fawn, or, we'll just go with those four. And what those responses are is my body's impression that danger is near. And the way I monitor it is by stopping and noticing within my system I feel fear. I feel threatened. I feel like I just want to disappear. Those are all really healthy responses to sensory input or perceived threat if we're in a place to survive. But I have become, and I'll go as far as to say we have become so used to that clenched feeling or the I got to get out of here. I didn't recognize what it was, and I had to actually go and go through some training to understand that. And once I would have been able to acknowledge, oh, that's a nervous system response. Like one of mine is I want to eat to soothe myself, or come put things back down. And I'm not going to be able to tell you which nervous system response that is. It's just not in my brain today. But it is one of my, oh, are you hungry? No. Are you trying to make yourself feel better so that you're soothed? Yes. Okay. Then I come back to my senses and get back into my body. One of the things is 5 things I can hear, 4 things I can smell, 3 things I can see, 2 things I can touch, 1 thing I can, whatever those 5 senses are, speak. In order to go from panic or nervous system response to responding, and to realize there is no threat, and to come back down to where I've used my senses now in order to anchor back in. And then if there's a feeling of angst or worry, just to acknowledge that and see if that's an old program for me, an old habitual response that is outdated, and I can go to higher level, quote, cognitive processing, but it's almost emotional processing. Letting that feeling be named and choosing how I'm going to respond to that now. So that's what coming to my senses has been about for me personally. Along the way, I've learned that, neurodivergence is a spectrum, and I might be a little ADD, and I'm certainly a lot of a thinker and a processor. And I weave together many pictures that maybe make sense to me, but not to you. And I'm learning to become okay with that. And that's why I keep doing these, is because I want to be okay with that as I delve into more publishing and working with neurodivergence in the home-based education setting, um, providing counsel or resources or whatever it is to those who are learning about their own as a parent and also about their child's. So I've come across some amazing resources today about neurodivergence and going away from um, rewards and punishment, which only heighten your dopamine response or your sensory, your, I'm not going to say it correctly, autonomic nerve system response, where you're in fight, flight, freeze, fawning. It's like okey doking someone, people pleasing, just to get them out of your space. And so that the perceived threat is no longer there. So that was a great question.